And every Thursday, we invite viewers to phone in their medical questions or concerns, especially with COVID-19. Dr. Kalani Brady from the John A. Burns School of Medicine, he joins us now to answer some of those questions. Good morning, Dr. B. How you doing today?
Good morning, Chris. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. What do you say we answer some medical questions, shall we?
Sure thing.
All right, let's get over to the first one. All right, now, the first one, why do hospitals have different visitor policies? I have relatives that I visit at 2 hospitals, and the differences are drastic.
Different hospitals are under different administrations. They create committees of experts within their own hospital, which create visitor policies. These visitor policies are responsible for the health and safety of their patients and staff, and they're independent from other hospitals, Chris. So that's the reason.
So very good. Different hospitals, different staff. It's going to be different policies. Thank you for that. Now, next question, Dr. Brady. I'm 53 years old and have developed random pains in joints and muscles. People joke it's just age, but is it really?
Chris, I would recommend going to see your friendly neighborhood doctor and making sure with the checkup that nothing serious is going on.
Okay, very good. So might not be too old, might not be muscle and joints. Check in with that neighborhood doctor. Thank you, Dr. B. Next question. I love cats, but am allergic. Is there medication I can take so I can adopt one?
Yes, you can go to the trouble of getting desensitized to cats with an allergist, and then you don't have to take medication. Or you can take over-the-counter antihistamines and control the symptoms with cats. But I would say the best thing to do is avoid cats if you're allergic to them.
Yes, very good, Dr. B. If you really love them, though, there are ways to mitigate those symptoms. Thank you for that. Next question, Dr. Brady. Do I have to register weekly on HiGotVaccinated.com to be entered in the weekly drawings?
On the weekly drawings, there is a deadline, and as you say, we have 2 more weeks to go. So you register by the deadline that is shown on the website, and you are eligible for all those prizes.
Yes, and make sure you sign up and be eligible for some great prizes. Next question, Dr. Brady. This is about shingles. I have shingles on my face. How long does this last?
Shingles on the face are a serious condition, and I would establish with the doctor and get medication to shorten the course of the shingles on the face. I would also have that doctor monitor the shingles to make sure they're getting better, because, as I say, it can be dangerous.
Okay, very good. Definitely don't take those shingles on the face lightly. Next question. I was interested in ketogenic supplements. Are they safe to take, Dr. Brady?
You know, I would recommend a diet with vegetables, fruits, and a little protein and complex carbohydrates. I personally take only 3 supplements: fish oil, vitamin D, and fiber. And I recommend that fancy diets are expensive and probably unnecessary.
What is your understanding of the Delta variant? Will the virus keep changing?
The Delta variant, also known as the India variant, because that's where it apparently originated, is a more serious form of the COVID infection. It causes more hospitalizations and more deaths. The good news is that the vaccine we have, especially the 2-shot vaccine, is effective in largely preventing the Delta variant. So if you've been vaccinated, you're pretty safe. Unfortunately, COVID will probably continue to mutate and change over time.
All right, and we have currently 4 so far reported by the Department of Health of the Delta variant. Next question, the caller wants to know, if I tore a meniscus, is it recommended to get surgery or will it heal by itself?
Generally, Ross, a torn meniscus will not heal itself. You can get a mini surgery, so-called arthroscopic surgery, which can repair torn menisci in many people.
Okay, the next viewer wants to know, all of my toes feel like they're tingling. Is that a side effect of the vaccine?
I would think it's probably not the side effect of the vaccine, but many, many conditions cause tingling of the toes, diabetes being one of the most common. I would go in and check the tingling of the toes with your doctor.
All right, very good advice there. The next caller wants to know, why is my body always cold? It's been like this for the last few years.
Several people, many people experience cold bodies. And some of the more common causes of this are diabetes and hypothyroidism. So I would go into your doctor and have a workup to determine the possible cause and treat so that you're not cold all the time.
All right, there you have it. Dr. Kalani Brady answering your questions as always. And of course, you will be coming up in about 15 minutes on Take Two to talk about
Heat exhaustion and worst case scenario, heat stroke.
Yes, very timely because we just started summer, hot conditions out there for people that are hiking and biking and running. I've been taking a lot of Pedialyte. That helps.
This is the first official week of summer, and we've had temperatures in the 90s, as well as today it's going to be the state forecast high of around 89. So we definitely want to stay super hydrated during this time, and you got some great tips. So tell me, what do we have to do during this hot weather?
Well, first of all, let's talk about symptoms of heat exhaustion. Early on, we have sweating, and then as heat exhaustion progresses, the sweating becomes heavy and profuse. We have a rapid pulse, mild cramps, cool, moist skin because the sweat is not absorbed by the high humidity, faintness, dizziness, fatigue, nausea, and headache. And then in extreme situations, we get the heat stroke, which is a medical emergency we'll talk about later. The good news is an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. To keep cool and hydrated is best prevention against heat exhaustion. Lightweight clothing and avoidance of sun.
That's very good. Great to see those tips on the screen. And this is just so common right now because we've been just feeling these kind of symptoms. And so what's the best way to help mitigate these type of symptoms and definitely try to mitigate dehydration? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, the treatment is rest, drinking lots of cool water or sports drinks, staying in a cool place, avoid strenuous activity in the hot weather, and sometimes even going to the extreme of cold immersion. We talked about heat stroke as the severe form of heat exhaustion. Basically, that's where the temperature of the body runs up and exceeds 104, and that's a medical emergency. It can result in death. And if you have someone with a high temperature in the setting of heat stroke, you should call 911.
And with all of the lots of beautiful weather and these hot temperatures, a lot of people are going out hiking and doing lots of physical activities. So are there any tips on what people can do if they are going to go brave these hot temperatures and go hiking? What should they definitely be looking forward to?
Drink. Cool Gatorade, Pedialyte, which you use. those kind of things are important to keep hydrated, and then avoid too much sun exposure. A red flag is never to leave anyone in a locked parked car for their safety, because it won't be for their safety. It gets really hot in a parked car that's locked up really rapidly.
Oh, very good.
Chris, the young are at risk for heat exhaustion, those under 4 years of age, and the elderly over 65 are at risk of heat exhaustion as well.
And that's great information there. Yes, during these times, we say it all morning long during these hot temperatures. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And you got it straight from Dr. B right here. And you definitely want to stay cool. Do not lock yourself in any of these cars, especially when it's under direct sun. And we just want to say thank you to Dr. Kalani Brady. He's always here to give us the tips to help us stay happy and healthy, especially during these hot summer months. Dr. Kalani Brady, you have a good one. You stay cool, and you have a wonderful day, sir.
Good to see you, Chris.
Always a pleasure. Dr. Kalani Brady, always giving us the good tips.